The Business Review brings you top financial news developments, influencing financial markets, international currencies, commodities, global commerce, tourism, and other economic events from around the globe.
Application of advanced agricultural technologies has helped promote productivity in rural areas across China, with both crop growing and meat production registering significant output growth. In South China Agricultural University's experimental unmanned farm, an about 2-hectare experimental field can turn out about 8,379 kilograms of rice per hectare, much higher than the late-season rice's average yield of 6,019.5 kilograms per hectare in Guangdong province, where the school lies this year. The modern farms have caught tailwinds following rapid development of advanced technologies and equipment such as big data and Beidou navigation satellite system since 2014. According to industry experts, the harvest is mainly attributed to the use of state-of-the-art agricultural technology with modern farm machinery.
The number of foreign tourists to South Korea in the first 10 months of this year reached 2.39 million, down 83.6% year-on-year, the lowest level in 32 years. That, of course, is due to the effect of the pandemic. The monthly average stayed at the 60,000 level throughout July to October. The data jointly released by the country's Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism and Korea Tourism Organization, the KTO, showed that the total of 503 travel agencies have been closed by the end of September. That's hitting a record high. According to officials, a large number of tour agencies have nothing to do but ask their employees to take leave without pay or to lay them off. Earlier in October, the South Korean government introduced a bailout plan to help tour agencies rise above the current difficulties.
A bright yellow Tesla has become the newest taxi serving New York City. The model is owned and operated by Drive Sally, who leases more than 1,000 cabs to ride-hail services like Uber and Lyft. The company's co-founder Nicholas Williams said the cars have shown great promise with drivers as well as customers inside the cabin. The Tesla Model 3 New York taxi has a payment terminal for passengers at the back and a meter and receipt printer for the driver at the front of the vehicle. In October of 2019, Electric was first to report that the New York City Taxi and Limousine Commission, which oversees the city's fleet of yellow cabs, has approved the Tesla Model 3 as the first electric vehicle to be eligible to become a yellow cab in New York City. Tesla is in talks to provide more taxi models to companies in Los Angeles, New York, and Chicago.
Incentive measures introduced by the Thai government to promote the manufacturing of electric vehicles are paying off and making its market increasingly attractive to foreign automakers. Thailand is currently Southeast Asia's biggest car producer, and it has set a target to produce 1.2 million electrical vehicles by the year 2036. The Thai government's Board of Investment is offering tax holidays of up to 8 years, along with other concessions for companies that move into EV production. Incentives have already tempted multi-million-dollar investments from Mitsubishi Motors, which plans to build 39,000 electric vehicles a year in Thailand, and the Sameter Group, which hopes to manufacture 30,000 vehicles annually. The Chinese-owned MG has dominated the Thai EV market and said that the incentives have helped them to bring the EV prices closer to a traditional petrol or diesel car.
China's tax and fee cuts have totaled 2.37 trillion yuan from January to November this year, according to the latest figures released by the country's State Taxation Administration. of the total 1.64 trillion yuan was saved under the preferential tax and fee measures unveiled this year to support economic development and COVID-19 containment. Cai Zili, Director of Revenue Planning and Accounting Department of the State Administration of Taxation, noted that by May, the cut had exceeded 1 trillion yuan, while by November it reached 2,367.3 billion yuan. Cai added the government work report set to target of reducing corporate burden by over 2.5 trillion yuan in 2020, which is expected to be successfully completed by the end of this year. In 2016, China implemented a comprehensive tax reform to ease the burden on companies. According to the official, 70% of the economic sectors and industries have registered sales increase in the first 11 months, with scientific research and technical services, as well as information transmission and technical services, among the fastest growing ones.
Organizers of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games on Tuesday revealed an inflated budget of over $15 billion due to an unprecedented postponement and pandemic measures, while some fear the budget is not enough. The modern Olympic Games have only ever been cancelled 3 times because of wars, but this year's Games will be the first to postpone, as plans are set to hold it from July the 23rd to August the 8th of 2021. The Tokyo 2020 Organizing Committee said at a news conference that the additional cost caused by the postponement is nearly 294 billion yen, with operational costs for the delay at 198 billion yen and the COVID-19 countermeasures cost to set about 96 billion yen. Mike Bacco, Daily National sports editor, noted that while Japan has spent heavily on the pandemic countermeasures for the Games, COVID-19 will still cost Tokyo dearly for missing the international visitors that would have arrived for the Games.
Scientists uncovered a giant dinosaur thigh bone in Zhigong City, southwest China's Sichuan province this week. A former paleontologist noticed a clue of dinosaur fossil while passing by a construction site on Monday. He informed the Zhigong Dinosaur Museum, located less than 1 kilometer from the site. Relevant experts at the museum arrived quickly and uncovered a 1.1-meter-long femur fossil of sauropod dinosaur dating back about 160 million years. Archaeologists successfully dug the fossil out of the rock on Wednesday and sent it, which weighs about 150 to 200 kilograms, to the Zhigong Dinosaur Museum for further research. Nicknamed as hometown of dinosaurs, Zhigong sits on top of a large number of variety of dinosaur fossils. Archaeologists have uncovered fossils at 161 excavation sites in the city, which covers over 4,000 square kilometers. Such density is rarely seen even in the world. This new excavation site, less than 1 kilometer away from the museum, still has its value to be further explored.
This brings us to the end of this episode of the Business Review. We hope to see you again tomorrow with news of stock markets, economic conferences, commodities, currencies, regional and international financial news, and much more.